This is Claressa Shields right here. Look at what she's doing. Now I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I was caught off guard. I was caught off guard for sure to see her doing this kind of photo shoot. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want to talk about it. I'll put it to you that way. But I was caught off guard a little bit. And I understand sex sells and everything. But when I look at this, she's walking in the heels. She have on the underwear or the undergarments. Look, I'm not an expert in this area. But what I can tell you is, for me, I just feel there's a different direction these women can go. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But again, I'm not the expert. So I'm not really qualified to say whether what Claressa Shields is doing with that photo shoot, if that's good or bad. Even with Alycia Baumgardner, we know she looks like a fitness model, neck down, the way her physique is, the body is. It really looks like a fitness model. A lot of respect towards these female athletes for being able to get themselves in the kind of shape to where they have the confidence to parade around like that. But I got to be honest with you too. I mean, when I sit here and I think about performance versus image, it's an obvious shift that fans are noticing. You know, in recent years, women's boxing has grown rapidly. A lot more TV exposure. There are sponsorships out here and social media visibility. But with that growth, fans are starting to notice something. The conversation is no longer just about skill in the ring. It's also about image, branding, presentation. And with that image, you're noticing that the women, I mean, there are females who are talking about the image of these women and the weigh-ins, and females are disagreeing with these women being scantily clad. They're like, they can do a weigh-in, and there's a way they can show off their physique and still leave something to the imagination. But they're like, these women might as well just be butt naked. And these are women criticizing and ridiculing the image that's being portrayed. Now, some women support it. And they feel like they don't need to come out here and be, half naked to help build their brand. And they feel that overall that doesn't give a professional presentation. Now, I listen to the ladies. You know, when the ladies talk, I shut up. But me as a man, I watch it. And it's like, okay, you see a little tenderoni. We see a little boom boom, small boom boom, big boom boom, medium boom boom. I watch it, I see it. But at the same time, maybe because I've just never been a guy to see a woman half dressed, you know what I'm saying? That's just never been my thing. If you got body, if you're sexy, wear stuff that fits you nicely, and you can, as a man, you can see it. But for me, I'm trying to understand, why is this happening? And I do believe women should, if they feel good, they look good, hey man, you want to show it off, but I just think there's a way you can present yourself. And I'm not saying that they're wrong for what they're doing, I'm just saying that the world is noticing the shift in the female boxers and their branding. So why is this happening? Well, modern boxing isn't just a sport, all right? It's entertainment. And when it comes to boxing, I mean, they're not operating under a central figure of control. You know what I'm saying? That's not how this works. The sanctioning bodies don't run boxing. They don't run promoters. You understand? They're not operating under a single umbrella where they could come out here and decide how women will dress, how the men will dress, how they will conduct themselves, what they will and won't do. There's no code of ethics. There's nothing out here to govern these athletes. They can do what they want. There's no central figure of authority here. You know, modern boxing is not just a sport. It's entertainment, personal branding, social media influence. So it's the wild, wild west out here. And fighters today are athletes, they're influencers, they're entrepreneurs. They're all about building their brand. And one of the fastest ways to build your brand is through social media. And a lot of people feel like, hey, you can be boring, you can be mundane, and you'll have slow growth. And if that's what you're comfortable with, cool. But if you want to have fast growth, you want to explode, you want to blow up, well, probably need to have a little bit of controversy attached to you. And you will see things open up big time. But a lot of fans are concerned because they start asking themselves now, you know, they say, yo, is the focus shifting away from boxing itself? Is performance becoming secondary to image? That concern is growing louder. Now, as far as Claressa Shields and image control, Claressa's always been vocal. She's always been confident, highly visible, but she hasn't been one to come out here and really expose herself or be so vulnerable the way she's been really since she's hooked up with Papoose, right? So maybe he's created a confidence in her that she didn't have. And now she's like, I'm not worried about what any of y'all think about me. I'm beautiful. I'm sexy. I'm fine. What she say? I'm the T. I'm T. I'm T. Now, I'll tell you this. As far as people and their reaction to her presentation, some are okay with it. Others aren't. When fighters step into bold photo shoots, lifestyle branding, it sparks a debate. And that photo shoot that she had was pretty bold. But Alycia's done some bold stuff. There are a lot of female boxers, when they get out there for weigh-ins, they've done some bold stuff. But there's others who choose not to go that route. You know what I'm saying? There are others who have chosen not to go that route. But the bottom line is it sparks debate. Women have it hard enough, you know what I'm saying? But some will say she's controlling her image. What's the big deal? She's maximizing her brand. Nobody's going to do it for her. They're going to sexualize her anyway because she's a woman. She could come there wearing a jeans, baggy jeans, a big sweatshirt, a big old hat, big boots, everything loose, looking sloppy, and men are still going to sit there and be men. So she might as well come out here and control her image and maximize her brand and make her money. And if that means she got to come out here and be a bit more revealing and a bit more bold in the photo shoots and the weigh-ins, then they all should do it. I could understand that argument, but I also understand the other side that says, yo, stay focused on boxing. What y'all are doing is distracting from the sport. We're not seeing you as the athlete, the consummate professional. We're not seeing you as a medium rare steak where we can't wait to get our knife and fork into you. Put some A1 sauce on that ass. But that has nothing to do with this. What I'm getting at is the real issue. It's not the photos. It's the perception. Fans want dominance in the ring first. They want that in the ring first. Do the business. Brandon second. When that balance feels off, criticism follows. Now, you know, we guess you got to be real. With Claressa Shields, she going to get criticized no matter what. That woman could go out here and save a child from drowning, and they'll still find a way to criticize her. Well, she was dog paddling. No, she saved the child. She did, but she was dog paddling. Claressa Shields can't swim. She could have breaststroked. She could have done other things. She had a dog paddle. She barely saved the child. She barely saved the child. It's like, y'all criticizing her because her only way she know how to swim is a dog paddle? She can save 10 children summer camp from drowning with that dog paddle. And they'll still be talking about how she's dog paddling instead of breaststroking and shit. Alycia Baumgardner is another one right now. You know, she represents a newer model of athlete, modern boxing, but she's another one gets a lot of flack. She gets a lot of flack. Wasn't quite like that before, but after Claressa Shields and Caroline Dubois attacked her, started bringing up old stuff. You know, Alycia Baumgardner's been under fire, but even the way she carries herself, man, you can see she feeling herself. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know, she definitely had to be careful with the way she speaks and the way she conducts herself, because it starts to kind of chip away at that professionalism, and people no longer view her that way. They can, it's overnight they can put that Claressa Shields jacket on Alycia. Some already have. But she represents a newer model of athlete, in my opinion. I think fashion forward, confident. Again, from the neck down, very marketable, because it's not about the women's faces to me, right? I don't look at any of their faces and see nothing nice or bad. I don't care. But from the neck down is where I'm paying attention. And you can see those who put the work in. And because of Alycia's genetics and work ethic, she is very marketable because of her physique. And that's why she gets a lot of attention, man, is because inside the ring, she does the business. But then the visual identity, as far as like a fitness model, it's there. So she gets a lot of attention, probably more than some of the other women. But then, still, fans are divided. Her supporters are saying, hey, they're just hating on Alycia. She's building a global brand. She's elevating women's boxing. Stop hating. The critics are like, yo, too focused on appearance, too focused on acting like she all that. She wears wigs too. She wears fake eyelashes. She wears makeup. Claressa does it. All the things people criticize Claressa for, Baumgardner does the same thing. She ain't no different. Let's focus on her legacy. She focused on the wrong things. Everything Claressa does, she does. Y'all just out here, man, biased to her. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are hypocrites. Hey, critics, I hear y'all. I'm not saying I agree with you, but I hear everything that y'all say, and I do see. I watch too. But the reality is this. When it comes to Alycia Baumgardner, she's doing what many modern athletes do. In women's boxing, she is one who's been able to blend the sport and the entertainment. And it seems like she's the one who's really breaking off and is going to be up and away with the endorsement deals and everything else, because, again, she's marketable. She's likable. She got to be careful with that mouth of hers. Her mouth is like a Gatling gun when she get ready. But if she can keep that within control, then Alycia Baumgardner is going to be up and away. And some will agree with me and some won't agree with me. Remember, I don't like Baumgardner or Claressa. I don't dislike either one. Both of them are interesting to me. But I'll tell you what, that drives a huge debate. And the core tension, boxing fans are traditional. They value toughness, discipline, sacrifice. Claressa has that, Baumgardner has that. But the social media rewards the visibility, the personality, the aesthetics. Social media is really vibing with Alycia more than Claressa, but a large part of social media vibes with Claressa. So to me, I'm from the old school, so it's like a clash of eras. Because of me and my mindset, the old school mindset, I'm like, yo, just let the fish talk. But I recognize with the new school reality, they're like, nah, get butt naked. Brand equals money. Don't listen to Hood Champion. Show it all, ladies. Come on out here. Get butt naked. Because that ain't going to do nothing but result in some big time money, some big time checks. Where I'm like, all right, you want to be comfortable, you want to be sexy, cool. But still let your fist talk. But don't go to the extreme of not leaving anything to the imagination. But who am I? I know there's a business side to the sport. And for the ladies, look, we're all adults here, right? Sex sells. Image matters, man. Fighters don't just earn from fights. I know that. They earn from sponsorships, endorsements, appearances. If they get it right with the way they conduct themselves, as far as professionalism, their image, their branding, the sponsorships will come, the endorsements will come. They'll get paid for appearances. I 100% believe that there are several women out there right now who can get paid to appear at a fitness show, at some other event, just for people to see their condition. Can Claressa do that? Maybe. I don't know. But if they had to pick somebody based on who was likable, who was marketable, and as far as the aesthetics, you got to go with someone like an Alycia. So the key truth is a fighter who looks marketable builds a following and earns more outside the ring. But there's a risk. And what fans are worried about. Drama overshadowing fights. Claressa doing that bold photo shoot, it's kind of cool, but what's that going to result in? I don't know. But maybe it's going to result in something big. We just don't know, but I know that came out of nowhere. Because with Claressa, even if somebody wants to work with her, we've talked about this, the drama overshadows the fights and overshadows the talent. You know what I'm saying? So drama overshadowing fights, image overshadowing skill, and attention shifting from competition. Those are the things fans are worried about. And big time endorsers and sponsors are sitting there looking at the same shit. I think a worst case scenario is if the balance tips too far, the sport will lose credibility. They'll start looking at females boxing like, okay, this is not a real sport. Now, again, that's a worst case scenario. And I don't think it's going there. But it definitely right now is in a very interesting space. So the opportunity is what this could become. If done right, they have to get it right. Could be more visibility, bigger paydays, more opportunities for women. The ideal balance would be performance equals foundation. Branding equals an amplifier. But that's the ideal balance. You've got to perform. And then from there, your branding has to be on point. And that just takes everything up by 100. Claressa Baumgardner, all the other women out there, pay attention. And for those of y'all who are saying women's boxing is over, it's not, it sucks. Yo, hold your horse and stop taking it to the stupid. Women's boxing is not falling apart. It's evolving. But evolution comes with tension, criticism, growing pains. And actually, look at the situation with some of these women, man. Let's just watch how it plays out, people. Some of the decisions they're making right now, let's see where they're going to be in a year from now, 2 years from now. Because I'm watching some of the movements and I'm like, this can't be good. And I'm pulling from my experience, man, of dealing with people. I'm telling you, man, they got to be careful with the decisions they're making right now. Got to be careful with the attitude. And as far as the kind of brand they want to put out there. Because you'll be here today, gone tomorrow. So the real question, it's not, is all of this bad that we're seeing? But can fighters balance performance and branding? And that's what I think they need to figure out. Strike the balance, man. Performance and branding. Can the fighters balance those two things? I guess we have to sit back and see. Because women's boxing is growing fast. And fans are sitting here watching and they're asking questions. Do they want to perform or do they want to be all about their image? What's the sport doing? Layla Ali, Christy Martin, Ann Wolfe, all those other fighters from back in the day, they've done so much to bring this sport to get the attention and respect on women's boxing. And now they have these women now who are doing great things. But they need to understand it's more about performance than image. If you want this sport to continue to evolve and grow, and for people to take it serious. Anyway, we'll see if this huge surge on brand focus, if we're going to pay dividends across the board for all women, now and in the future. I don't know, but I'm in the breeze.